Hello everyone. This is a short introduction video of Kubernetes architecture and services. Kubernetes is a container orchestration engine which manage container lifecycle over a distributed compute architecture. So a typical Kubernetes cluster is divided into two type of nodes. And when we say nodes, that means either bare metal servers or virtual machines. So the two type of nodes are master nodes and worker nodes. So now there you can have either a single master node or maybe a single machine hosting the master node and worker node, or you can have like multiple master nodes and multiple worker nodes. This all depends on the need of your organization. So if you want resiliency on your master node so that your services should not go down if your machine fails, then you should go with multiple master nodes. And then you also need to take care of making your services highly available. So I'll start with the basic architecture of Kubernetes. Kubernetes is divided into multiple services, and these services are further divided into two parts: control plane services and node component services. Node component services are kubelet and kubeproxy. Master node or control plane services are API server, scheduler, etcd, config, controller manager, and now this new one, which is optional, is the cloud controller manager. API server provide you the communication service between different services and to the kubectl application to interact with the entire cluster. And etcd provides you the key value pair database which store all the container states. So it store all the information about cluster current status of all the nodes. So when you have to take backup, this is the service you take backup. And scheduler is the service which is responsible for scheduling your container on the correct node. And controller manager is basically an service which take care of the lifecycle management. So there are different controllers which are used to take care of different aspects of your container lifecycle. So controller manager take care of all these controllers. And kubelet is basically responsible for mm, scheduling the pod or container on the node worker node. And mm, basically kubelet interacts with docker shim if you have docker as your runtime, or if you are using some other container runtime. So kubelet interacts with the container runtime on one side and API server on the other side. So whenever the scheduler is asking API server to schedule a container on some particular node, it eventually will be redirected to the kubelet, and kubelet will then interact with the container runtime to schedule the pod on that particular worker node. And kubeproxy is responsible for the service discovery and communication part. So it provides a you know, mm, container wide cluster wide container network service. So whenever containers are ephemeral, so they can die anytime and will be respinned again by Kubernetes services. Basically the controller which will keep on listening to this container health will send the message to API server and in turn to the scheduler, and then scheduler will find the right place where this container will be restarted. And this is how the entire life cycle of the container is managed in Kubernetes cluster using these services. So this was very high level introduction to Kubernetes architecture. I'll create some more videos to go in details of these services and some call flows, how these things actually happen in Kubernetes cluster.